By now you may have received your stimulus checks and you've already maybe spent it, and now you're asking yourself, what's next?
Yeah, so while Congress is debating another stimulus package, U.S. Senator from Alabama, Senator Doug Jones, the man you see right there, is proposing what's called the Paycheck Security Program. It's to cover the wages and benefits and of those affected businesses as well. Senator Jones joins us now via Zoom video conferencing. Senator, good morning.
Good morning, Pat. How are you?
Fine, thank you so much. With Marie here as well. Would this be more of a regular check for employees who are forced to stay at home? How does this work?
Yeah, it would be more of a check, at least for those making up to $90,000 and for their employers who opted in on it. This is, this Paycheck Security Program would be to supplement the Payroll Protection Act that we did in the CARES Act. And that is to give businesses of all sizes and nonprofits an opportunity to keep people on the payroll as they safely try to open back up. As we start transitioning this economy, I think everybody understands now this is going to take some time. We can't just flip a switch on. We've got to go with the health data, and it's going to take a gradual ramping up of the economy. And so a lot of people are still going to be off work. So this program will give businesses and individuals that cushion to know they can do and reopen and get back to work safely on their time frame, and not just try to get out there and do it too quickly and take the risk of a second round of infections with this virus.
Okay, what's the likelihood of Congress, Senator, to pass something like this?
I think it's hard to tell right now. We are about to pass another program. We're about to put more money into the payroll protection program, close to $350 billion, I think. We're about to add more money for hospitals and for testing, which I think is really going to be important to try to do those things to get testing. That's the thing that I think is not being discussed enough in Alabama when it comes to reopening, and that is the testing and contact tracing. When we get back, probably in 2 weeks, we're going to be looking at another package. We're going to be assessing where we are, payroll protection on small businesses, on individuals. People are going to be looking at it very closely. As we look at how the country opens back up, I think that this program could get a lot of traction, as I said, because their federal dollars are going to have to continue to be out there to help prop up the economy as we slowly get this country back going. This would be a good way to protect the businesses as well as individuals. And I'm hoping at this point we can also include farmers. Farmers have been shut out of this whole program. And I sent a letter yesterday to the SBA about this. We need to pull the farmers back into this thing too, because they're really hurting.
What's standing in the way, Senator, when it comes to the stimulus package in there? When can we start seeing the effects of that money?
Well, I think you're already seeing the effects of that money. I mean, so far you've got about close to $5 billion of payroll protection money that has been included in Alabama. That covers about 60% of the payroll. People have started receiving their checks. They call it stimulus checks. It really hasn't been a stimulus check or stimulus package that we did. This was a stabilization of the economy. I mean, we were in a free fall. So I think some people in Alabama have already started to see those checks being deposited into their accounts. Some businesses have received their monies. If we can get the other bill passed, the next round, today or tomorrow, then I think money will be there for businesses who were left out of that first round of money from the payroll protection program and the SBA. And hopefully that would be available in the next week to 10 days.
Senator, let's talk about Governor Kay Ivey's plan to reopen the state. And I'm going to show the audience right here this morning. This is a quote from your fellow Congressman Mo Brooks in the House. He's speaking for 5 members of the congressional districts here in Alabama. He's calling for Governor Kay Ivey to, quote, immediately repeal and rescind all state of Alabama stay-at-home orders that have played a major role in strangling, in his words, strangling Alabama's economy. Do you agree with Congressman Brooks there?
Absolutely not. I think that Congressman Brooks, with all due respect, is not one to follow the science. He doesn't do it on climate. He doesn't do it on a number of things. And the fact is, we have to make sure we do this carefully. To immediately rescind an order and send everybody back out just like they were before this virus would be completely irresponsible. This virus is still right at or near its peak in Alabama. And the fact is that we need to still be careful. We can open the economy, but our economy is never going to come back unless we've got a healthy people. Right now, we don't have enough testing in Alabama. We have tested less than 1% of the people in Alabama, and of those tested, about 10% are being found positive. Right there in Madison County, you've got a huge outbreak, and it has continued to be that way. We can do this. We can do it, but we've got to do it carefully. If we start rushing into things, as was suggested just then we're going to see a second surge of this in the late summer or the fall or maybe in January, and it will be really deadly. We will still not be as prepared. Our PPE program is still not where it is. Our testing is not where it is, and we're about 12 months away from a vaccine.
Senator Jones, thank you so much for your time. We wish we had more time to talk to you this morning, but we do appreciate you waking up with us.
Not a problem. Anytime. Thanks, guys.